This is really run down. All I see are old papers covered in dust. Then there's that metallic object down there. Hmm, not a clue what this is, but it seems to be in pretty good shape despite years of sitting on that shelf. Okay, I'll take it. Whoa, this looks like a stapler. Quite rudimentary it is. Definitely a model from the 19th century. I'd better take the staples that were lying next to the stapler. They look similar to the rivets used by cobblers. It's really old. Probably stopped working a long time ago. It'd make for a lovely decorative antique if someone cleaned it up. It's open now. The drawer is slid out, but there's not a single penny. It's really old. Probably stopped working a long time ago. It'd make for a lovely decorative antique if someone cleaned it up. It's open now. The drawer is slid out, but there's not a single penny. A big piece of the floor is missing. A blunt object must have fallen down and made that hole. I bet this was J.T. Douglas's desk. BD. Bank of Douglasville, I suppose. Not an item of interest. It's pretty old, but I bet it could be fixed. Don't tempt fate. The legs are worn out and might not hold up the weight. I can't imagine the havoc that locomotive wreaked the day it derailed and annihilated everything in its path. Huh. Reminds me of a model I got for Christmas one year. Yep, it's almost exactly alike. There's the smokestack, and to the left is a spout where you fill the water tank, and further to the left is the whistle next to the engineer's cab. I could try to go in through the hole next to the broken part of the roof, but I'd almost rather go up to the side and enter through the window there. Okay, let's see what's in here. Not sure what this one is for, but I'd say it's the one that releases water from the tank if the boiler doesn't have enough power to heat up all of the water. That's the wheel used to increase pressure in the boiler. It has no firewood or other fuel inside. I think with one big leap I can reach the window. I love those big smokestacks on old steam trains from the 1800s. That's where you put water into the tank. No need to. It won't open or close. The water goes straight into the hole left around the valve in the inlet. It whistles by letting steam out. It was hooked up to the engineer's cab using a sort of rope that he would pull on when he wanted to sound it. You'd have to do that from inside the cab. Okay, let's make a real Clint Eastwood entrance. This is gross. It's covered with mud and reeks like sewage. The glass is shattered, but you can still read the word saloon. Hey, how cool. An automatic door opening system. And they say the Old West was wild and dangerous. Well, well, well. This looks like a botanical garden. It's got dirt inside, but nothing has been planted in it. Okay. Maybe I'll find something to plant in it. Needed by all big plant lovers. Now, I'm not saying I don't like plants, but I can't waste any time watering them right now. I remember a similar plant from a movie I once saw, and it was carnivorous. Huh? And walk around with a meat-eating plant in my pocket? No thanks. Let's see what I find here. It's a sort of shed stocked with a wide range of gardening tools. Seeds, tools, chemicals, that kind of stuff. Let's see. These pruning shears may be of use. Right now, I don't see anything else I need. Hey! Hey, pal.
Hi, who are you?
My name's Brian. Brian Basco.
I'm Kevin, but everyone calls me Saturn. Nice to meet you, BB.
BB?
Those are your initials, right? I could just tell you go by BB right away. It was logical, what with your name.
Well, to tell you the truth, no one's ever caught.
So tell me, BB, you planning on moving to these parts? Have you spoken with Sushi about this? What kind of artist are you?
No, I don't plan on staying. I'm just passing through.
Oh, well, that's something unusual, isn't it? I mean, not many people come around here just for the heck of it.
Well, I'm trying to find the remains of a Hopi village.
The old Indian village? Yeah, I've heard of it.
Do you have any idea where exactly it might be located?
Actually, I don't, which is odd because I'm quite familiar with the area. I often go out exploring to find raw materials for my inventions, and I've never come across the slightest sign of that Hopi village.
Do you know of anyone who could tell me the story of that village?
Let me think. I don't know. I think Sushi may have some documents from her great-grandfather. They might mention the Hopi village. Of course, Rutger hasn't got a clue, although you never know. And, Mama Dorita could know something.
That story about Sushi owning Douglasville is true then, huh?
Oh yes, the whole town belonged to her great-grandfather. Then it was passed down from generation to generation until Sushi inherited it from her father. I met Sushi on the internet through a chat room. We got along really well and became friends quite fast. When she proposed the idea of moving away to this town to live at peace with our creative spirits, well, I didn't think twice.
I haven't met Rutger yet.
Well, he's out of town. He told me he was going on an expedition in search of plants and roots. When you meet him, you'll see what a swell guy he is. He joined up with us to move out here so he could devote himself fully to his great passion, botanical gardening.
What do you know about Mama Dorita?
Well, I've only seen her on one occasion. I got her to give me an appointment to see if she could do something about my lack of inspiration. It didn't work. According to her, I lacked faith. But really, I didn't think swallowing a live spider bathed in coyote brains was going to solve my problems.
That thing you're working on is totally interesting.
This ensemble? I assure you it's not one of my best works. My inspiration hasn't been up to par lately, you know? I just don't seem to be getting any ideas.
Listen, about the Hopi village I'm looking for,
Yes, what is it?
do you know any descendants of the Hopis that live around here?
No, not a one. Though, yes, wait. I remember that Rutger told me he found a Hopi Indian in the middle of the desert one day. He said it was a very old man covered with wrinkles who claimed to be the last of the Hopi chiefs. But knowing Rutger, I wouldn't be surprised if he'd hallucinated the whole scene.
This workshop's impressive. I see that besides an artist, you're quite an inventor.
Yes, I like to think of myself as a modern-day Leonardo da Vinci. I combine art and science in my creations because both combined are my whole raison d'etre.
I'll let you get back to your work, Saturn. Au revoir.
Adieu.
Nice set. Yes, sirree. I don't know what's inside, but it looks like it might hold gasoline. No, I don't know what it contains. It's a sanding block. Kevin must have dropped it. All right, better not leave it lying there. I'm sure Kevin will be grateful if I return it to him. Hey, Saturn!
What?
I'll let you get back to your work, Saturn. Au revoir!
Adieu.
No, I might need it later on. Pretty big. At least 10 pounds. I don't know why I'd want it. Anyway, I'd have to ask Saturn for it first. Hi, Sushi.
Hi, Brian. How's it going? Did you find out anything else?
I'm working on it. You see, there's something I want to talk to you about.
Shoot.
It's about the safe in the bank.
What about it?
I've been sifting around the ruins of the bank, and I didn't find it anywhere.
Yeah, well, it wasn't on the upper floor. I believe it was in the basement of the bank. You know, to be on the safe side. The bad thing is, the way into the basement was completely blocked when the locomotive crashed into the building.
Hey, there's a dead body inside of a cell in the sheriff's office.
Yeah, it's been there for over a century.
Who was it?
The town doctor. Apparently, he was a drunkard, and a kid died because of him. He was in jail waiting for his trial when the train derailed.
Don't you think you should take him out and bury him properly?
Well, the door was locked, and the way I look at it, that cell is the closest that guy ever got to a grave. I don't think it'd do any good to bury him at this point. And that cell is kind of like having your own pantheon.
How could they let him die there in such a cruel way?
The sheriff had the key to the cell, and he also died the day the train derailed. Legend has it, someone warned everyone that the train was speeding toward the town out of control with nobody at the helm. The sheriff rode out to where the train was and managed to climb into the driver's cab of the locomotive, but a stroke of bad luck made him fall into the boiler. The guy was burned up alive and failed to stop the train. And as I already told you, due to the derailment, everyone fled town, and nobody even thought about releasing the drunk doctor who had caused the death of a child.
Back up a bit.
Yes?
I'm gonna continue on my search. Thanks for all your help, Sushi. See you later.
See ya, and good luck.
Okay, I'll cut right next to the iron ring. That way I'll get most of the whole strap. It must be 6 to 8 yards long. I'm sure it'll come in handy. Now, why would I want to staple the belt? This house looks Mexican, and there's a huge guy in the doorway. I don't know. He seems to be keeping guard, but he looks like a nice guy. I'll go talk to him to see what happens.
Howdy, partner. What brings you to these parts? What do you want from Mama Dorita?
Mama Dorita? No, look, I'm searching for the remains of a Hopi village. I know it was around this area somewhere. By the way, my name is Brian.
An Indian village?
Yeah, Hopi to be exact.
Well, I reckon there's an old ghost town called Douglasville, and now there's a bunch of hippies living there.
No, I've been through there already. Douglasville is not the town I'm looking for. Thanks anyway, though.
Well, pal, I never heard of any other abandoned villages around here.
You think Mama Dorita could help me?
Sorry, but I doubt it. Mama Dorita helps people with other types of problems.
Other types of problems?
Yeah, she's in contact with the other side.
The other side? You mean she talks to dead people?
Yup, she's mastered the arts of voodoo, soothsaying, and Santeria. And she's a healer, too.
I'd love to meet her. Maybe she might know something about the Hopi village.
No way. Mama Dorita doesn't do that kind of thing. Look for a good archaeologist, pal.
I wonder what that's for. Maybe Mama Dorita has a cat and she puts its food there. I may be needing this. It's made of clay, and it looks handmade by a local craftsman. It's old, but it seems strong and sturdy. That doesn't seem like a very good idea to me. By the look of that bucket, I'd say it hasn't been used for quite a while. I'm not desperate enough to do that. This really improves the ambiance, just like that shrunken head on the pole. After all, Mama Dorita is some sort of sorceress, and any self-respecting sorceress would decorate her place with this kind of stuff. You won't get anywhere doing that.